Of the hottest entertainment on the planet. I'm Enfuego here. This is a Rapido Fuego review because I got the chance to see the latest from Disney Pixar just a wee bit early. This doesn't arrive in theaters until next Friday, March 6th, which obviously means just a day before on the Thursday previews. But Hoppers, yeah, look at this interesting crew of amateurs that you got there. And so, yeah, guys, I'm a huge Pixar fan, but you know, I've become a little bit more selective in their recent output. Last year's Elio, I thought was kind of uninspired, not particularly like groundbreaking or anything of that nature. Elemental, I thought was great though. Right when the Pandisi unfortunately was about to hit the planet. Onward, I thought was terrific. But it just really depends the sort of subject matter that they're approaching, whether it really, really tugs on the heartstrings or whether it just has the typical sprinkling in of it from Pixar. And this is a little bit more so on the latter side. So you have this girl named Mabel that we see at the very beginning of the film, and she obviously is out for the protection and conservation of animals. She's this little kid in grade school, and she's trying to rescue like the turtle and the hamster and all of these different, animals that they are keeping at her school. And so she has an interesting and very sweet and tender bonding moment with her grandmother about just, stopping and watching and listening and just, savoring the beauty of nature and realizing that it's tough to be mad when you realize that you're, part of something much bigger. And that's a really great message that is at the core of this film in a lot of ways. However, aside from that, it doesn't really go into like excessive depth or any sorts of like, surprises or anything. The story is relatively straightforward and predictable in a lot of ways, despite being very cute. And, I could see some cynics being like, the conservationist message is a little heavy-handed, right on the nose, whatever. I will say, though, there is a very cute and sweet relationship that, aside from the one that Mabel has with her grandmother when she's 19 and she's going about trying to stop this extension going through this area of the surrounding forestry where all these animals are being displaced and stuff. She ends up having this really cute friendship with the Beaver King, George, which is really great. And you've got some amusing moments, from some of the other animals and whatnot. But third act goes a little wild, I gotta say. They turn out this joke about squishing into something way darker than I was anticipating, honestly. So I guess in some ways props for that, but in other ways it's probably, with some of the stuff that happens in the third act, gonna be a little on the scary side for some kids. I enjoyed it, but I was just like, oh wow, they went there. That's interesting. And Mabel feuding with the mayor, voiced by John Hamm, is amusing. So really nice looking animation. It's not the deepest of Pixar stuff, but it does have a good message, and I'm sure the kids will love the silliness.